Ayman Khan here for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, with the one and Ade Oladipo, who've just witnessed Usyk Joshua 2. Ade, your reaction?
Yeah, I'm not super shocked with the result. I am super shocked that it was a split decision result. I thought Usyk won that by a couple of rounds. Look, as an AJ fan, when you hear that, you think, 1 second, could AJ have nicked it? But it wouldn't have been the right man getting the results tonight. I thought Alexander Usyk was fantastic. He was hurt in that round 9. I was ringside and I saw how badly he was hurt to the body and the head. And the way he adjusted coming out of round 9 and the way he kind of just went through the gears in 10, 11, 12, that shows you why he's the pound for pound, I think, number 1. Because AJ's a big, strong heavyweight, and that was a good AJ tonight. No problems in camp, sparring's gone well, Robert Garcia in the corner. Alexander Usyk just showed that he is maybe a couple of levels above Anthony Joshua right now.
Ade, can you break down the difference between the Anthony Joshua in the first fight in Tottenham and the one in Jeddah here today?
I think a lot more aggressive, patient. I think took his time, which frustrates me because I want to see him jump on him, but you can't jump on him. I think when we saw AJ let his hands go, I think we saw that Alexander Usyk has faster hands, and he started piecing him up a little bit. But he was able to hurt Alexander Usyk. That's going to be the frustration now when I know what AJ's like, he's going to be in the dressing room and he's going to think, I hurt him, and he did. But it's not that easy to jump on Usyk. He always moves side to side, and he clearly has power. He hurt AJ in there a few times, and I think that's the problem. Because he hurt AJ was scared to jump in. But it was a better performance. It was a much better performance. I mean, look, last time out at Tottenham, I gave AJ 2 or 3 rounds. This time I gave him maybe 4 or 5. So he is closing the gap, but I don't think he's ever going to close the gap enough to beat Usyk.
Ade, that round 9, it almost seemed like the crowd rose to the feet and there was a finish, like, if a script was written and it was a movie, there'll be a finish coming at round 9. It didn't quite come, but did you feel it was close there in that round 9?
Yeah, I was trying to be calm ringside. Yeah. Obviously, I'm working here for the Zone, and Alexander Usyk's family and wife are behind me. I didn't want to start screaming, but I thought he had him. Yeah. Honestly, I thought he really hurt him, and if there was another 40 seconds left, you never know, but that's not boxing. Every round's 3 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And again, Alexander Usyk made the adjustments. It came out. It reminded me, and I was just saying this to another channel, it reminded me when Floyd got hurt by Shane Mosley, of their fight in that round 2. Floyd went to the corner, calm, not stressed, came out round 3 and just dominated. And that's what Alexander Usyk did here tonight. He went to the corner, calm. AJ's corner, everyone was like getting excited. He was calm. I looked at that corner. They just knew what they were doing. Came out round 10 and just dominated. Round 11 dominated. And there were points in round 11 and 12 where I thought he could get AJ out of there. That's how good he looked. We're looking at a very, very special fighter, honestly. If he does become undisputed at heavyweight, there is an all-time great discussion. Not trying to say he's number 1, but there's a discussion. To become undisputed in 2 weight classes, always amateur background as well, very special fighter.
Ade, we saw some raw emotion there from Anthony Joshua. You alluded to it a little bit earlier. What did you make of that? He threw the belts and then took the mic and gave a bit of a speech there, poured his heart out.
You're not surprised me, if I'm honest with you. That's not what we expect from AJ, is it? You know, having watched AJ come out of the Olympics in 2012 and turn pro in 2013, everything's been almost perfect. And that to me just seemed like frustration. Frustration, I've been locked away in camp. But none of us understand what it's like to be a boxer, the frustrations of it. He's been training his arse off for Alexander Usyk, and you know, when he heard split decision, he probably thought he nicked it. And I think it was just mental fatigue, mental frustration. He ran out of the ring, and then, you know, it's almost like AJ had like a moment of, what am I doing? He came back in the ring. The speech was a bit strange, if I'm honest with you, and maybe someone should have pulled the mic away from him, but look, we all get those moments. Some are televised in front of millions, some are behind closed doors. He just happened to be televised in front of millions. He'll be upset with himself in the change room, but it happened, right? You have to move on from it.
After the fight, Usyk said he wanted one fight and one fight only. If he doesn't get it, he'll retire. That person is Tyson Fury. Off the back of that performance, who would you pick of the 2?
Wow. Honestly, wow. You look at it and think, you watch that and you think, Usyk just has so many gears. He's like a bloody Bugatti. Everyone else has a 5-gear Fiesta. He can go 10 gears. It's ridiculous. I mean, I still would favour Fury, just because he's going to be 3 or 4 stone heavier. You know, and not only that, but Fury has this, you know, when we always ask AJ to be aggressive and Fury will do it. Yeah. He'll run through the fire. But look, he's been in a couple of big fights, tough fights against Deontay Wilder. What's left with Fury? I spoke to Alexander Usyk in the dressing room immediately after, and I said, what fight do you want next? And he said, look, only Fury. He doesn't want Wilder, Helenius winning. He doesn't want a Joyce Parker winning. He wants Fury. He wants to beat the number 1 to become number 1. He might just get it. I see Fury watching that thinking, AJ nearly hurt you. give me a chance and I'll cause you a bit of a problem. So I think we could see it.
And a final question, boxing fans can be brutal and they will say after this performance maybe AJ should retire. Do you think that should be discussed? Is that on the table?
Absolutely not, nonsense. If you lose to Ruiz, maybe.
Yeah.
If you lose to a pound for pound #1, retirement? No, you take time, you have a look at the scene. We saw Hrgovic today, didn't look that great against Zhang. I thought Zhang lost that. Sorry, Zhang won that. Maybe go Hrgovic. You know, I don't want AJ to be in... AJ's been in back-to-back title fights for the last 6 years. You know, stadiums, arenas, traveling around the world. Maybe you just take one to the O2 Arena against an opponent you should be beating. Right, let AJ get his confidence back. But I do think after seeing what happened at the end of the fight, mentally he might just need a break. Because it is, you know, it's not just AJ, it's brand, AJ, it's all the commitments. I think mentally he just needs a bit of a break.
Ade, pleasure speaking to you. Thank you so much for speaking to me. All the best.